Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside a company? I'm not talking about the flashy headlines or the hype you see on TV. I mean the real story. Well, today, we're going to become financial detectives. We're going to learn how to look right past all that noise and see what's truly happening under the hood.
You've seen it, right? That constant stream of stock tickers blinking red and green. One day, a company's on top of the world. The next, it's taking a nosedive. But what is actually, behind all that movement? What's the real engine making that stock price go up or down? So, here's your first clue. It's almost never about the daily news cycle or what's buzzing on social media. Honestly, most of that is just noise. The real story, the stuff that actually determines a company's value in the long run, is found somewhere way more reliable and, let's be honest, a lot less glamorous. Okay, so how do the pros actually figure out what a company is worth? Well, in theory, it boils down to something pretty simple. A company's share price is basically a bet on all the money it's expected to make forever. The more cash people think a company is going to generate down the line, the more its stock is worth right now. Right, so if we want to figure out if a stock price actually makes any sense, we need to play detective. We've got to ask three key questions. 1, how much money is the company making right now? 2, what kind of risks is it up against? And 3, what's its real potential to keep earning in the future? And believe it or not, the clues to all of this are hidden in plain sight, all inside one single document. And here it is. The document is the annual report. You should think of this as the company's official, super detailed biography for the year. For our investigation, this is our main piece of evidence. It's the master key to unlocking the whole story. And listen, this report is so much more than just a giant spreadsheet of numbers. It's a whole narrative. You get to hear from the chairman, read a review of what the company actually did all year, and even see who the major shareholders are. All of this gives you the context, the flavor of the company, before you even look at a single dollar sign. Okay, now we're getting to the heart of it, the real evidence. We're talking about the audited financial statements. This is where the company has to stop talking and show its work. This is where they lay all their cards on the table. First up is the income statement. The easiest way to think about this is like the company's report card for the year. It answers one really simple question. After all the money came in and all the bills got paid, was there anything left? Did they actually make a profit? Simple as that. Next, you've got the balance sheet. Now, if the income statement was a movie of the company's year, the balance sheet is just a snapshot, a single photo taken on the last day of the year. It answers a different question. What does this company own? That's its assets. Versus what does it owe to other people? Those are its liabilities. And what's left over? Well, that's the owner's slice of the pie, the equity. Then we have the cash flow statement. And you got to pay attention to this one because it's absolutely crucial. See, a company can look profitable on paper, but totally run out of actual cash. This statement shows you the real money. Where did the cash come from and where did it go? It breaks it all down for you so you can see what's what. And this next one, it's all about how the owner's stake changed over the year. It shows you exactly how things like profits or paying out dividends made the shareholders' piece of the company get bigger or smaller. And finally, we have the notes. And whatever you do, do not skip the notes. This is where all the juicy details are. How did they actually come up with these numbers? What choices did they make? The numbers tell you the story, sure, but the notes tell you how they wrote that story. It's the fine print, and it's everything. And just so you know, it's not just us digging through all this info. You've got investors, banks, the company's own management, even the government. They all rely on these exact same reports to make huge decisions. It's a public document for a very, very good reason. But hang on. How can we trust any of this? I mean, how do we know these numbers are for real? Well, it turns out companies don't just get to make up their own rules. There's a really strict system in place to make sure it's a fair game for everybody. It's all governed by what you could call a chain of accountability. It starts with national laws, then it's enforced by market regulators, and all of it has to follow specific approved accounting standards. This basically creates a common language, so that a profit at one company means the exact same thing as a profit at another. And the whole goal of these rules is to make sure the information has 4 key qualities. It has to be understandable, so you can make sense of it, relevant to your decisions, reliable, so you can actually trust it, and comparable, so you can stack one company up against another. Which brings us to the final piece of our investigation. After the company has done all its homework and prepared its report following all these rules, one more person comes in to check their work. And this is the moment of truth, the verdict from the independent auditor.
So an outside, totally independent auditor comes in to go over the books with a fine-tooth comb. Their final report is basically a message directly to you, the reader. It's their professional stamp, saying whether or not they believe the company's story is fair and follows the rules.
And here is exactly what you need to look for. An unqualified opinion, that's a clean bill of health. That's the big green light. But if you see words like qualified, adverse, or disclaimer of opinion, whoa, that is a major red flag. It means the auditor either found some problems, seriously disagrees with the company's math, or just couldn't get the evidence they needed.
So what's the bottom line here? It's that the annual report, with all its statements, its detailed notes, and that final auditor's verdict, is your ultimate toolkit. It gives you the power to cut right through the hype and do your own investigation into what's really going on with a company's finances. So the next time you see a stock price going crazy, just remember this. The headlines, they'll always be there, telling one version of the story. But now, you know exactly where to go to find the facts. The only question left is, will you?